Hi, everybody. I'm John Cranton, joined by Chip Jarimbas. Welcome to the NBA report for this week. Got to talk about the Southeast Division, the top teams in that division, as well as the NBA Southwest. Got some trivia for you. Who's going to be on an NBA road trip? And we got some offers. Chip, it was 2 weeks ago that you went 80% on Saturday. You hit your Big East game of the year. And then last week you told me you had your underdog game of the year, a game that's not even going to need points. They're going to win straight up. Tennessee Volunteers came through a 68-60 win. What is that crystal ball that you have, and can I borrow it for the week?
Well, I'll tell you, thank you very much, John. You know, I am called the big game player because I am able to single out the single strongest play of the day. Originally, John, we used to call it the A play. Now it's just my game of the year winner in either conference. Underdog game of the year wins outright. Tennessee over Vanderbilt. These two are big rivals from the state of Tennessee. And, John, I had this one clocked for a while. I had talked about it with you for a couple of days and said I couldn't wait for Saturday. And we have more of the same in NBA action. You know, not only are we winning those games, yesterday we have, of course, the LA Lakers behind Kobe Bryant, big-time winner over to Miami Heat. More NBA action for you. 2 days, 2 games, $2. 866-899-9462. And, of course, it is NCAA tournament time. And a 3-time NCAA champion has nothing but big game winners out there for you. But get on board with the NBA games right now. It's the best deal in town. 2 games, 2 days, $2. Come on, give us a call. 866-899-9462. John, I know Jim's been real hot and pounding the man, particularly in college hoops. What's he got going?
Yeah, he had an on-again, off-again weekend. On Sunday, he only gave out 2 plays. He lost both of them. He had a big play on Michigan State, and I talked with him. He was very disappointed how they blew that big lead. Saturday, he was very good, 4-1-1 with high roller releases and games of the month, which was part of his Pro Line package, 1-0-1 or 2-0, depending on which line you got. He won his revenge game of the month with Iowa State. They didn't need the points, 82-70 as a dog, and then he kind of got a push with La Tech, whack game of the month, push or a win, but still overall 6-2 last week with the high roller plays and hopes. And the NBA 11-3 with NBA games of the month. If you were on Friday's NBA Sharker of the month, which was also part of that Pro Line package, that was the Sacramento Kings. They covered against the Lakers. For this week, Jim has 2 plays for $2. Any day this week, you call, you get 2 basketball plays going that night with a 2-0 guarantee. You will go 2-0 or get a week of hoops free from Jim. 1-866-841-1655. Just use the code words Full Court Frenzy, and you'll get those 2 plays for $2 from Jim. Okay, let's talk a little NBA action. Let's go to the Southeast Division this week. Really, you got a 3-team logjam here of talented teams with the Atlanta Hawks, the Orlando Magic, and the Miami Heat. I'll start off with the Magic. This is a team that I can make a case for them. I like the talent on this team. They're 9th in the NBA in rebounds. I like the fact that they play defense. That's going to help over the course of the season and in the playoffs. They're 5th in points allowed. They got that big stud in Dwight Howard having a monster season, 20 points, 15 rebounds per game. Recently just had 7 straight games with at least 10 rebounds. He's playing great, and I like the other front court kid, 23-year-old Ryan Anderson. He's 6'10" out of Cal. Over 16 points, 7.5 rebounds per game. And then you got the supporting cast. I like the talent that they have with Jason Richardson, Redick, Jameer Nelson, Turgolo. And yet there seems to be something missing with this team. They're flaky. John, they don't step up.
John, I agree with you 100%. I don't think of this team as a championship team. And maybe it's because Dwight Howard doesn't hit free throws down the stretch, doesn't hit free throws at all. I mean, that's a burden that Shaq was able to overcome, and people don't even realize that Wilt Chamberlain at one time held the NBA record for most free throws in a game, 28 of 32. The night he scored 100 in Hershey, Pennsylvania. But, you know, then it became cool. He refused to shoot it underhand. Shaq refused to do it, and they'd rather miss. And if you're going to miss, you're not going to win. You got to make the free throws down the stretch, and I think that's the biggest glaring weakness with this Orlando Magic. But everything else you said is true about them. They play great defense. They got the outside shooting. They got Anderson coming inside. This team should be a handful, but I just don't know if they can win those close games. The team, I think, in the East here that they have to contend with, I don't think that the Atlanta Hawks can get lucky to buy the first round if they qualify. But listen, the Miami Heat, to me, are going to be your NBA champions this year. And LeBron, I think, is just sleepwalking through it, and he's got incredible numbers right now. And you've yet to see him really dominate, take over. I mean, just totally take over. He did it more in the All-Star game than he does with the Heat because, he could digress to Bosch, who's a great shooter, particularly from the outside. Dwayne Wade is Dwayne Wade. And other than being eaten alive by Kobe Bryant Sunday, Wade is still the premier player in the front court that you want, or rather in the backcourt in the NBA. So I don't see the Magic getting there, John. I don't see the Hawks getting there, but I do think the Heat are a walkover.
Yeah, I agree with you. We had this discussion about a month ago comparing the Heat and the Chicago Bulls. I took the side that the Bulls were the team to beat. I've kind of changed my tune on this. I've seen the Derrick Rose struggle, especially when they put somebody on him. He can be shut down, and Miami's just gotten better and better. I think they are the team to beat. A couple of points with the Orlando Magic. They are good as a bounce-back team. When they lose a game, they're 10-4 against the spread following a loss. And they also show up defensively when they lose a game. The next game, 56-27 under the total after a straight-up loss. Thing, though, like you pointed out, they're not that good when stepping up in competition. I mean, they lost to Oklahoma City last week. They lost to them earlier in the season, so they're now 0-2 against that. They've lost twice to the Hawks in the last month. They had that showdown with Miami, lost 90-78. So as much as I like the talent, there is something missing with this team. Hawks are a little bit of an enigma. I'm not sure what to make of them. Tremendous defense. They slow the pace down for Coach Larry Drew. Yet we really haven't seen them healthy all season. They're on a current 8-3 run under the total, so they're still a good under team. A couple weeks ago, they had a road trip of 5 games and looked just awful. Went 1-4 on the trip, straight up 1-3-1. Terrible. And that's something to keep in mind this week because they are on a 6-game road trip this week. They're going to be playing at Indiana, Miami, Detroit, Sacramento, Denver, and the Clippers. So we'll get a good shot of how good this Hawks team really is. We can also look at the...
I'm unimpressed.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're definitely third tier in this division. Okay, we also have the Southwest Division. This is another division with 3 top teams in it. You get San Antonio, Dallas, and the Grizzlies. I'll make a case for the defending champion Dallas. Yeah, they lost Tyson Chandler. However, they are still outstanding in rebounds, 8th overall, and they're 4th in team defense. That can carry you through the course of a season. Just 42% shooting allowed. That is 4th in the NBA. Tremendous depth on this team. Yeah, there's some age concern, but they're on a tremendous run, 8-3 under the total, and against the Western Conference. How about 30-14-1 against the spread the last 45? They did come off that bad week, 0-4, straight up ATS last week, but there were some injuries. Delonte West has the finger hurting, and Nowitzki missed a game with back tightness. But I think over the long haul, their depth and defense is going to carry Dallas. I'll say that they take this division title.
Well, John, you said it right from the top. The first thing out of your mouth was no more Tyson Chandler, and I think that is so clue. He was so valuable to that team down the stretch. As great as Nowitzki was, I think the other key factor of them winning was Chandler's defense, Chandler's rebounding, and his overall play. We now know he's with the Knicks, and you know what? It's hard to repeat, John. It's almost impossible to repeat because everyone's out gunning for you, and you've got the hangover. We know there's no team that had a bigger hangover than this team after winning it. First time in franchise history. They celebrated the first 30 games into the season. So I don't see Dallas putting it together to win it all. I can see the Spurs with their savvy and their experience eking it out. And, of course, the Grizzlies at any time can get up. Grizzly Bears can maul you any time, John. So you can watch out for them. They're the dark horse that could smack either of these teams around if they meet them in the playoffs without question.
Yeah, they get Zach Randolph coming back down the road. He's a key. But the thing about Memphis in youth, which is common with young teams, 14-5 they started at home, but a losing road record that's common with these young teams. Have to learn how to win if you want to be a champion or advance deep in the playoffs. Keep an eye on Memphis this week as they're on a 3-game road trip playing the Warriors, Suns, and Nuggets. It's tough for young teams to win on the road. Okay, well, trivia time for this week. Who is the worst free throw shooting team in the NBA? Anybody out there know?
Is this a trick question?
No, it's a trivia question.
Worst team. This is the worst shooting team in the NBA.
Worst free throw shooting team, sure.
Free throw shooting team from the NBA.
Yep.
All right, I'll take a chance. I'll say Orlando just because they have Dwight. Is Dwight Howard? Is that his name? Yeah, I'll take it.
Not Mo Howard, Dwight Howard. You are absolutely right. It is the Orlando Magic. We talked about that earlier. In fact, here's your choice. You can win. You win a Cuban cigar or a 2004 World Series champs.
All right. This is a very, very big question I have for you, and I think you should answer me truthfully.
Yeah.
Has Dave Koken worn that T-shirt, or has Bill Clinton used that cigar? Either
no
way.
And no. How's that?
All right. Okay. Then I would really love the T-shirt, because I would drive, even though I'm a big Yankee fan, it would drive my all of my friends crazy, because I'm a Bobby Valentine fan as well. But you know what, John? We were talking earlier about the Grizzlies, and if you want to maul your man this weekend, or even right now, prepare yourself to build your bankroll for the weekend. What do we do, John? We're going to give him 2 games in the NBA for $2. 866-899-9462. Get on board. The NCAA is starting now, but the NBA, we are in lockstep here. I know Jim Feist has been knocking them dead, and I'm on quite a roll myself. I'm going to give you every day $2, 2 NBA games, 866-899-9462. Give us a call, get on board, and start your winning now.
That's great. Call that number to get Chip's red-hot plays. And for the free throw shooting, here's one point we talked about Orlando Magic. You look at the good games they played against good teams over the last couple months. They lost to the Atlanta Hawks by 2 points, to the 76ers by 5 points, 5 points to the Clippers, 5 points to the Hawks again, and 3 to the Thunder. So if you can't make those free throws, hurts you in big games, in close games. That's a reason why they have struggled in the playoffs. 2 teams that are the best 2 at free throw shooting, the Milwaukee Bucks, well, it hasn't helped them. They're on a 2-7-1 run against the spread. About the second best team is Oklahoma City. They are on a 7-3 ATS run, so it's a mixed bag. A couple of teams that are on road trips this week. Keep in mind, Utah Jazz, a 5-game trip. New York Knicks are on a 4-game trip. Chip, you're going to have to watch. They're going to play at Boston, at Dallas, San Antonio, and Milwaukee. So it's a very good test for Jeremy Lin and those kids. Minnesota Timberwolves, 11 of 15 they're playing on the road. Boston, 9 of 10 on the road. That's an aging team. Doc Rivers said this week he's going to shorten his bench. That may hurt them on this long road trip. And on the flip side, the Denver Nuggets, would you believe they're starting a 9-game homestand? Okay, Jim Feist, you can get 2 plays from Jim in college and the pros. 2 plays for just $2 by calling 1-866-841-1655, and that comes with a 2-0 guarantee. Chip, anything else to add?
John, no, it's been great seeing you. I'd like for you to get up a little bit earlier in the morning from now on, but great job, and I can't wait to do it again. Just keep in touch, buddy.
You mean you're not, you don't look like this anymore? In your younger days, you could go with 5 hours sleep?
Looks like my younger sister.
Okay. Well, enjoy the games, everyone. Good luck, and we'll see you Friday with Chip's College Basketball Weekend Report. Good luck, everybody.
Thank you, John.